Yes, dear student, myself KM Jha. Again, I am here with my new video that is from the subject Java Programming, and the unit for the subject name is 3350703. It is from the GTU Diploma section. Unit name for this is Building Blocks of the Language. This is second unit from the GTU Diploma 5th semester Java Programming, and the topic that I will cover here is data types, constants and variables. Now we will see the objective. Yes, after learning these topics from this video, students will be able to understand data types, constants and variables. Now the introduction about the topic. The data types, as the name is data types, there are types of data. Data types are divided into two categories. First one is primitive data types and the another one is non-primitive data types. When we are talking about the primitive data types, it means we are talking about the built-in data types which is already present inside the system. Okay, so it includes the data types like byte, short, integer, long, float, double, boolean and char. So these are all categories of primitive data types. As I said, primitive data types are inbuilt data types which is present inside the system that we are not creating. It is present itself in the system. Another one is non-primitive data types. As it is written there, non-primitive, it means it is not defined in the system. That is going to be created by the users. Non-primitive data types such as string, array and classes. These are under the category of non-primitive data types. So data types are divided into two groups. First one is primitive and another one is non-primitive. Here you can see the block diagram or hierarchical structure of data types. You can, just now I said the data types, it is divided into two categories, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive is all about the built-in and the non-primitive is all about the reference or derived. Primitive data type, it is again divided into few categories like numeric and non-numeric. And numeric, when we are talking about numeric, their digit come. When we are talking about numeric, we are talking about the digits. So it is divided into integers and floating point. And non-numeric means where there is no digits. So non-numeric, there is again two categories, character as well as boolean. Now about the non-primitive. Non-primitive, it is again divided into three parts like classes, interface and arrays. We will talk about the interface whenever we will come to that topic. You might be knowing about the classes, as in my earlier video also I talk about the class. It is user defined data type. These are three categories of non-primitive data types. When we are talking about the integer types, you can see here integer data type. I am talking about the integer data type. It means it is divided into four parts: byte, short, integer and long. It means when we are using this data type in our program, you can use any one from this list. You can use byte, short, integer or long. According to the requirement of memory size, you can choose. When I am talking about the byte, I am talking about the size of 1 byte. When I am talking about short, the memory size is 2 byte. When I am talking about, frequently users are using the integer data type because it is in between the memory size, means not more, not less. So it consumes 4 byte. And when I am talking about long, it consumes 8 bytes. So according to the requirement of program, and if it is required integer data types, then you can use this integer data types according to their categories. Now what is unsigned? Java does not support unsigned types, so values can be positive or negative. So just click here. When you will click here, now about what is the difference between integer and unsigned integer. If you feel ki what is unsigned integer, here there is definition of unsigned. As the name implies, integer is a signed integer type and unsigned integer, it is an unsigned integer type. It means integer is able to represent negative values and unsigned integer can represent only non-negative values. It means when I am talking about integer, it can represent positive as well as negative values. And when I am talking about unsigned integer, it means it can represent only non-negative values. It means only positive values. It means it is only positive values. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Whenever we are talking about unsigned integer, it means it can only consume or it can only uses positive values. That is, it can represent only non-negative values. Okay. Now we will continue with the same. So this is about the integer types. Then floating types. Again, floating type is divided into two parts, float and double, according to the size. You can see here when I am talking about float, it consumes the size 4 byte, and when I am talking about double data type, it means, but it comes under the category of floating point. You can use this according to the requirement. Okay. When I am talking about the floating point numbers, you can use during writing the program. After the number, you can write small f or capital F. Floating point numbers are treated as double precision. So to force them to be in a single precision mode, we must append F or F. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आप उसमें precision अच्छा use करें, तो you can use small f or capital F. You must append small f or capital F. As it is written, floating point numbers are treated as double precision to get the proper accuracy. Now when I am talking about NaN, not a number, this also you will get in floating point. Java gives you this facility. It is used to represent a result of operations such as dividing by 0 where actual number is not produced, and it comes under the category of NaN, that is not a number. Not a number, that is NaN. Okay. Character and Boolean type. When I am talking about the character, it means the size is 2 bytes and it holds a single character only, as it is written here. Now about the Boolean type. When I am talking about the Boolean data type, it has only two values, true or false, 1 or 0. So Boolean keyword is used when there is a requirement of comparison. Okay. So you are whether getting true or whether you are getting false, whether you are getting yes or whether getting no. So all comparison operators returns Boolean type variable. For example, 2 is less than 3. Yes. Then you will get the only one answer, true or false. So this is about character type and Boolean type. So size of the Boolean type is 1 bit because it consumes only 1, 0 or 1 bit only. Here you can see this is the tabular structure according to the size. According to size, you can see here Boolean consumes 1 bit, byte consumes 1 byte, and so on. So the highest is for double, that is 8 bytes. These are 8 basic data types in Java. Now we are talking about the identifiers and literals. When I am talking about identifiers and literals, I am talking about the Java tokens. Now what is Java token? Java tokens is nothing but it is the smallest individual unit of a program. Everything that you are writing inside the program is a token. That's why Java program, it is a collection of tokens plus comments plus white spaces. Comments are nothing but they are suggestive statement. If you like, then that you can add inside your program. It is only suggestible. It is not compulsory. White spaces plus token plus comments, when you are combining these three, you are making a Java program. So Java program are only the essential part is you will have to use the tokens. Every smallest individual unit like A, that is integer, everything is a token. You can see here in this diagram, you can use token in the variable section, you can use token in the method section. So wherever you are writing Java program, there we are using tokens plus white spaces plus one thing is suggestive, that is comment section. So here you can see tokens are used in variable section, tokens are used in method section, everywhere. Every smallest part of a program is a token. So when I am talking about tokens, it is nothing but it is a collection of these 5 things, that is reserved keywords, identifiers. Identifiers are nothing but they are variables. literals, a set of characters, operators like plus, minus, multiplication, division, separators like parenthesis, comma. So these are all collection of tokens. By using this only you are able to make a Java program. These are keywords. These are 60 keywords in Java, and wherever there you are getting this star, it means these keywords are reserved for future use. It means now we are not using it, but in future we are going to use for our Java programming. Identifiers, as I said, it is all about the variables. So the same rule what we were using in C++ as well as in C, that you can apply here. You can use the same technique here also to declare the identifiers. Literals, it is a sequence of characters. As I said, sequence of characters, which is collection of digits, letters and other characters. There are 5 types of literals: integer literals, floating point literals, character literals, string literals and boolean literals. Now, operators and separators, these are all part of token. I am talking about tokens only. So operators, as I said, this is a symbol which work on 2 operands, okay, to produce a result. Similarly, separators are there. You can see here, this is the list of separators: period, comma, semicolon, bracket, braces, parenthesis. By using the separators, you are able to distinguish the code or divide the code or words. Declaration of constants and variables. When I am talking about constant, I am talking about the fixed values which are not going to change during the execution of a program. That also we are using in the program. So there are few types of constant: integer constant, real constant, single constant and string constant. When I am talking about integer constant, you can see here, this is all example of integer constant that you can use in your program. When I am talking about hexadecimal, you will have to use the numbers like this. So integer constant, it is divided into 2 categories: numeric and non-numeric. Numeric, real and integer. Real is nothing but floating point numbers, and non-numeric again character and string. These are all categories of integer constant. Then real constant, you can see here, real, it means floating point numbers, like that only. This is the syntax for that. So floating point contain 4 parts: a whole number, a decimal number, a fractional part and an exponent. This small e is your exponent part. This is about the syntax. Floating point number you can represent in this way to get more precision. Okay. Real constant are nothing but floating point. Single character constant, single character in a single string, you can represent the character constant. Single string, anything, then it can be a special character, or it can be a numeric, or it can be a alphabet. So string constant, you can see here, hello Java in double string. This number, it is in double string. Anything in double string, that is string constant. You will have to remember double quotes or double string. Now backslash operators or backslash character sequence. This you can see, this is the category of your escape sequences or backslash character sequence that we are using in our program. Variables, the same rule that we have used in C as well as in C++. It is a data name used to store a data value. Rules are the same: not start with digit, yes, and uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct, it means it is different. It should not be a keyword. You cannot use goto or void or if, because it is a keyword. No white spaces are allowed. If you will use this, try to do this, you will get a syntactical error. Then variable name can be of any length in Java. This is one of the example of syntax that we are using for this is declaration of variable. The syntax that we are using is, this is type, that is data type, then variable 1, variable 2, anything. For example, integer, count. Count is the name of variable and this is the type. As you can see here, this is the syntax. Similarly, float is the data type and these are 2 variables. This is again data type, double, this is again data type and this is again data type. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like the video. Try to subscribe it if you like the video. Thank you again and keep watching for the next consecutive video.